Hey everyone, this is a quick video to show how to hide categories pretty much everywhere in a Revit project. So this question came up on the Dynamo forums regarding a video I shared a while back about how to hide subcategories. Specifically, we were wanting to hide center lines of MEP equipment and things like that everywhere because there's no way to really filter against them or anything like that aside from turning them white. So we made a script for that. Fortunately, that's a nearly 2-year-old video that I haven't shared the script for. And thankfully, there's some new nodes in Dynamo that make this a lot easier, and we don't have to hack at Python or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just open a couple of views. And in my case, I'll close that 3D view. And I'll open first floor, second floor. I'll just open a bunch of views. I'll also open some sections and some elevations. And then we'll tile our windows. We'll just kind of zoom extents on all of them. I am working on the one monitor for this video, so of course, just bear with me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fire up Dynamo, and we're going to build out some logic to hide these categories everywhere. So I just started a blank file. So the first thing we need to do is we need to think of what we want to do. Thankfully, in newer versions of Dynamo, I think since 1.2, we have this awesome node called set category overrides. So this node does exactly that. It sets the category overrides for a given view, and this can take any amount of views as well, which is pretty awesome. And it also takes a category as an input. So in my case, we'll hide something very apparent like walls in all of the views. That way we can see it right away. And then we have this overrides thing as well. So I always search for this. It's kind of a crazy node. It's a little scary. But what it is it lets you build a whole bunch of settings to apply overrides. So these would be all the settings that you see if you were to hit like VV. It would be all of these settings right here. And this node was actually made by Conrad Soban and contributed to the Dynamo repo. So this is one of those open source contributions. So special thanks to Conrad for doing that. We're going to leave all of these blank because we're not doing anything to the category except for hiding it. To hide it, we just need to tie in a Boolean, which, as we know, if we search for Boolean, it's a true or false value. And for now, we'll go ahead and do false. That way we can see it all happen once I move Dynamo. So now we need to figure out what kind of views we want to mess with. So there's a few ways to collect views, but one of my favorite ways to collect views is through Archilab. So we go to Archilab, Revit, and I think under view, we should have view type, which retrieves all of the view types available, and then get by type, which will get those views by the given type. So in our case, view templates in Revit are basically a view, so we can apply that change to the view templates, but we also want to apply it to any views that might not have a template. So what we could do is control copy and kind of copy all this stuff down. And in my case, I'll choose floor plan views, elevation views, and section views. And we'll go ahead and align these. So what we need to do now is we actually need to join all these into a list to be able to feed them into this one input, because we can't do something like multiple inputs. So I'll just use a list create with 3 inputs, and we'll tie all of this stuff in. And now we could see that we've collected a whole bunch of views. Pretty awesome. So what we could do now is we can actually drag this over and connect view to it. So it's already ran, but we haven't applied any changes because we're not hiding it. So what we'll do is I'll move this to my other screen, and I'm just going to toggle the true selection. So what I can do, I can actually minimize my library, and then we'll see when I toggle true. So now we're making a big change to our Revit model because we're hiding the wall category in every view pretty much. So we could see that change happening in the background. So now walls are hidden in the floor plans, walls are hidden in the sections, walls are hidden in the elevations. I did not make that change in 3D views, but if I were to add 3D to the input, that change would also occur. So if I were to copy this down and do 3D, tie that in, it'll think for a moment, and if I go to a 3D view, we can see that all my walls are hidden as well. This is super fast. It's actually way faster than what I had shown previously, which was in Python that I kind of hacked at. So this workflow will do that for you. Really great for hiding a lot of those categories you just don't want to deal with. And if you want them to come back, you just toggle the Boolean back to false and your changes are fixed. Really cool, because now it's kind of reversible. Mine was not necessarily reversible. It was a change and it stayed. So yeah, there's that video. I'm glad to finally show how that's made. Thanks to the Dynamo user on the forum who kind of called me out for it to share the graph with everyone. I hope that helps you all out, and thanks.